Jesus told us we should love our enemies. What are we supposed to do with that? I mean, it's hard enough to love the people we love, right? How then are we supposed to love those who, by definition, we hate? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. Hi, I'm Maciel, and this is The Mystical Christ. If you'd like to help promote this channel, click the buttons below, and be sure to share it with your friends. It'll help a lot. Real quickly, we'll need to define our terms, and these definitions aren't conclusive. They're just something to work with, a working model. What do we mean by love? Let's use this as a working model. Love is connection. Like in the movie Avatar, love is saying, I see you. When we love someone, we don't see them through a filter. We don't see them through the filter of our judgments about them. We don't see them through the filter of what they've done to us in the past. We don't see them through any filters at all. We see them. We see the person, and we see past their filters, the way they see us, because we're their enemy too. So it's two people looking at each other as God beings. No filters, no history, just awareness in the present moment. That's connection. That's love. When you do that, even if it's one-sided, the event is too large for emotion. The sheer intensity of the moment takes us to a higher level of experience, and we see him or her as they are, not how we feel about them. The truth of the matter, the purer love is, the more impersonal it becomes. Don't ask me how or why, that's just how it works. And then there's the word enemy. Now, the important thing about this is that when Jesus said, love your enemies, he didn't say anything about that magically turning them into your friends. No, he didn't say that at all. And that makes it all the more difficult because loving them doesn't come with any promises. We have to love them as they are. We have to be able to love them even though it doesn't change anything about the way they feel about us. In fact, it implies that we have to love them even if we're engaged with them in combat. So how does this work? Stick around and we'll see. And click the buttons. Somewhere down there. Okay, so love is seeing the other person. In this case, your enemy. This is true connection. Because when you do this, you're seeing them in the present moment. And that changes everything. Now remember, this person is your enemy. So he's coming at you. He's actively opposing you and what you're trying to do. It's going to be a fight, whether you want one or not. Jesus was a person. He knew how this works. If someone is trying to do you in, the worst thing you can do is close your eyes, because that breaks the connection. In other words, be with your enemy as he's being your enemy. Martial artists know how to do this. They can be so much in the present moment that they know what their opponent's going to do before they do. But here's the thing. It's not as though Jesus is telling us how to be better fighters. He's telling us not to break the connection, no matter who we're dealing with. Because if we can do this with our enemies, we can certainly do it with the people we love. And right now, that's pretty important, wouldn't you say? I mean, Thanksgiving dinner is only 11 months away, so we'd better start now. Being connected with your enemy does three things. First, you get to know where he is at all times, and that's a huge advantage. Not that we're trying to beat him necessarily, but we are trying to keep him from beating us. Because either way, Nothing good comes from that. It's much better to work it out in such a way that everyone benefits. Love is not a zero-sum game. And it's not easy either. So the second thing that being connected does for us is that it keeps our emotions in check. And that's important. Because the first thing that people do when they pick a fight with you is get you riled up. Then they play off of that. But if you stay connected with them, that's not going to work. Which leads us to the third way that staying connected helps us when we're dealing with someone who intends us harm. It establishes respect. And respect is what helps keep squabbles from turning into murder. It at least keeps aggression within certain bounds. Because when you respect your opponent, you're not likely to make a bad situation worse. You're going to look for ways to save face for both of you. And that can make the difference between a battle and a multi-generational feud. So in a way, Jesus is teaching us how to fight fair. It's this teaching that prompted America to rebuild her enemies after the Second World War. It's what helped Nelson Mandela heal the wounds of a divided nation. And it's what helped Martin Luther King heal the racial divide and bring both parties to the table. This is what connection does. It allows good things to happen, even in the face of animosity. So, I hope this has been helpful. Be sure to click the like button and keep your light bulb lit. See you next time.